Hey, it's Mr. C from Mr. C's e-bike. Today, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 e-bikes. I'm going to do a burnout competition, which it's not really a competition. None of them are going to win or lose unless they won't do a burnout at all. And then they just lose. And 3 of these bikes, so the one I'm on and the ones over here, are Soul bikes, a brand new bike brand new bikes from a brand new company for 2025. And before I do each one, I'll show you the bike and I'll tell you a little bit about it. But I mean, if you're interested in that bike or all the bikes, go and check out my other videos, because this isn't really a review video. And I guess let's get to it. All right, just because it's up in the front, we'll do the Soul bike. I don't even remember what the name is. SF23. It's hard to remember the names when they're all just numbers and letters. Anyways, SF23 from Soul Bike. It's a folding bike. It's 48 volts. It's got a 500 watt motor. And it's pretty much all the information you need for the burnout test. Although it's got manual brakes. I believe these are 180 millimeter brake rotors. So they're a little bit bigger brake rotors to help make up for the non-hydraulic. But I'll get right to the burnout. Just remember, 48 volts, 500 watts. All right, the Soul Bike SF23 folding bike. Oh, that barely went. I could have took a little weight off the back and let it spin faster, but this is how I'm going to test all the bikes. All right, this is the e-bike that I still cannot pronounce, but it's the cheap all-wheel drive e-bike. It's got 1,000 watts in the front, 1,000 watts in the back, which I'm going to turn off the front, obviously, because I won't be able to hang on to it if both wheels are going. And this one's kind of going to be interesting, because when you turn off, when you have both motors going, it feels like it goes like a bat out of hell, all kinds of torque. But then when you turn the front motor off, it's almost like the back wheel isn't getting all the power. So we'll see. And like the one I just did, the Soul Bike SF23, this is also a fat tire, knobby tire, so it's going to grip pretty good. So it's going to have trouble breaking free. And this is a little bit heavier. So let's see what it does. All right, this is the cheap all-wheel drive e-bike that the name can't be pronounced. And I fixed and started recording in horizontal. I don't know why I did that, but here it goes. Well, that one almost went. I can smell the burnt rubber. I had trouble breaking free, but once it did. All right, this is the brand new Soul Bike SU45. And this has also got a 500 watt hub, 48 volt battery. And actually, I want to show you these tires before we get going. These are 3-inch by 26-inch tires. And they kind of mushroom out, and they have a nice edge. I can't even see where I'm recording. They have a nice edge here. I don't know, but I think they're going to grip really well, which is not going to be good for the burnout, but just wanted to show you. All right, the Soul Bike SU45 step through. In case your mom or your grandma wants to do burnouts. Yeah, that's it. I was going to say we're not judging these e-bikes, but I think I'll judge this one. I think it was those grippy tires. All right, almost to the last one. And I think I'm saving the last one, or the best one, for last. But here we have the SR22. It's another brand new bike from Soul Bike, brand new bike company. And this one has a 750 watt hub motor on it. And actually, it probably has the best brakes out of all of them, which isn't really going to help it here, but oh, and it's got slightly different knobby tires on it. The knobbies aren't as pronounced, and the rubber's a little bit harder, which might help it a little bit. Plus, all these burnouts I'm doing, the tire is going this way, and the grain in the concrete is going this way, which is what it's making it a lot harder to break loose. All right, we'll see this one, and then the last one, which I think is going to do the best. All right, the SR22 from Soul Bike. Better than I thought it was gonna. Smell the rubber. By the way, all you kids that are watching this, if you do this all day, your parents are gonna have to buy you new back tires. So, all right, the Tamo Bike TB20. This is the same exact bike and same company as the MoveCan V40, but I think they want more money for the MoveCan, so buy this one instead, as long as the prices are different. But this one's got a 1,000 watt motor, and I mean, it looks really cool. It looks like it should be fast, but it's the same as the rest. It's pretty quick up to 30 miles an hour, and then it kind of eases its way to 35. But these tires are nice and grippy on the road, but I'm not sure if that's gonna help grip while I'm doing a burnout. All right, we'll get this one over there and get it going. The Tamo Bike TB20. Actually really close to the RS22. Although I think this left a lot more rubber. The rubber even smells different. All right, so the Tamo Bike TB20, and surprisingly, the Soul Bike SR22 were really close. The all-wheel drive bike that cannot be named almost got out of control. Well, the Soul Bike, I think it's the SU45, the Soul Bike step through, was kind of disappointing. I don't know if that's because those tires are really grippy, or the lack of torque, or just a little bit of both. But I mean, these two, and I would say the all-wheel drive bike, but that thing started hopping and tried to take me with it. It didn't want to do a burnout. It wanted to shoot out of the garage. So that one, it's probably got, well, more torque than this, definitely, and most likely more torque than this, just in the rear wheel. So, and plus those knobbies kept grabbing and shooting. All right, now I'll show you guys how to do it, and so you can have fun and impress your friends and just ruin tires. All right, you take your front brakes, you have your, well, either your brake cable or your hydraulic hose, and then you have another line that comes off it. You just trace that line out. It'll be red, and then when you pull your brakes, it no longer shuts your motor off. So be careful if you're going to ride like that. Always use both front and rear brakes, which is the way you're supposed to stop anyway. But go with your back brakes and then your front brakes, or better yet, if you're going to want to do a burnout here and then ride and then a burnout there, whatever, they're your tires. Just plug this in, maybe even put a piece of tape on it. That way you know which one it is, because there is, well, not on this bike. I was going to show you the ones that run from here to here to here for your, I don't know, your buttons for your display. That'll be red also. So always check it before you start doing it. But I guess the worst thing that'll happen is, better than I thought it would, pull your brake, twist your throttle, and nothing will happen.